Disclaimer, none of my videos in any way signify this is what you have to do, should do, or could really even be a good idea. We just show what we do and how we do it. And if you want to do it our way, that's fine. If you don't, nothing implies that you have to or it's even the right way to do it. So on that, let's hit that intro. So we have the Toro grandstand back in here, and I also have the Toro 30, which I'm working on today. Nothing major on that. I need to change the oil, I need to scrape the deck, I need to sharpen the blazes. It's just one of them things that got neglected toward the end of the year. You know, it's a push mower, barely ever use it. But you know, the Walker MT is sitting in the trailer, and as far as I'm concerned, that's where that thing can stay right now. I have half a mind to pour a 5-gallon gas can on that son of a bitch and start it on fire. I'll explain more about that in a minute as I'm working on this Toro, but as far as I'm concerned right now, I could take my 6.2 jumbo accelerator, which I have for the Wright X, and that will fit on this mower. At this point, I'm on the verge of just trying to get out of bagging altogether. I've been trying for 2 years now, or I tried last year, and it was just so much easier to bag. But I'm really going to make an effort for it this year, because I know this Turbo Force deck can handle a lot of side discharge, and it cleans up very well. And then any little bit of residual I have left to clean up, I know I can do it with this, with the 6.2 accelerator. And then probably, you know, just before spring, I'm going to order the extension for the 6.2 accelerator to make it even bigger. So it makes that thing extremely large. If you haven't seen one, look up a jumbo 6.2 accelerator with the extension on it. The thing is huge. It's just massive. So will it hold as much as the Walker? No, but at this point I'm fed up with that mower. I don't want to deal with it right now. I have one more idea left of what it might be, but at this point I just don't want to deal with it. So look at this nastiness. These blades really aren't that dull. They stay sharp for a long time, but I always put a real nice edge on them, and I never, like I said, I don't use this mower very much. But there's a lot of grass and built up nastiness in here, so I'm gonna take these blades off, and I'm gonna scrape this out while I talk to you guys about this Walker. So the Walker MT, you guys have known from the last few videos that I've done, what I've been dealing with that deck, the issues with it, everything that I have done to it, to try to solve the problem, and I've just never been able to. If any of you don't know what I'm referring to about that and you're watching this video, please go back and watch those. Don't just ask me questions in the comments section of this video, because I'm just going to ignore it and I'm not going to answer you. If you're too lazy to go find it, then that's on you. I guess you just won't have the information you're looking for. But I get a lot of people do that all the time. They'll ask me the most ridiculous questions that I've literally answered like 6 times in the last 3 videos. And they'll ask them to me anyway. And they clearly have not watched the other videos. So you guys know me. I'm a big proponent against being lazy. So like I said, go back and watch. Enough about that. So yesterday I just made the decision I was taking it to my dealer. Now, I've changed out, you know, and I'm not going to even go through that either. You can go back and watch the recap of the video I just did the other day. It clarifies literally every single thing I've done to that mower to try to fix a problem. And it clarifies like when it all started, what happened leading up to that, what happened after that. So go back and watch that. But so anyway, my next step, I had pretty much, you know, it was more of a pride issue for me, and I was irritated I couldn't get it fixed. So what it came down to was I contacted my dealer. When it comes to walkers, he's got to be one of the smartest men I know. He just literally has been doing this for a long time, and he's been to all the technical schools and all that kind of stuff, so he knows what he's doing. So what ended up happening is I took it there yesterday morning, and I spent all day there. Him and I spent all day in the shop. We ripped down we took the deck off, and we took apart the whole gear, or the whole gearbox assembly. We did it one piece at a time. we took the left-hand gearbox off and we put one of his left-hand gearboxes on. Then we put the thing back together, put it back on the deck, put the deck back on the mower, and tried it. The problem was still there. So then we took the center T-box off, and then we put one of his center T-boxes on, and we put it all back together, put the deck back on the mower again, and tried it again. Problem was still there. So then we took it all off, all back apart again, and took the other side off. I can't remember which one we did first, either the right one or the left one, but anyway, so then we went to the other one and we swapped that out with one of his, and we put it all back together, put the deck back on the mower again, and tried it again. The problem was still there. So at this point, I'm just getting completely frustrated. I told him my idea about those center tubes and the shafts and how I think it could have been that because it never broke the shear pin and something had to take the impact. But then again, you know, it didn't make the noise after I'd hit that water shutoff. This came like a month and a half after. So just for shits and giggles, we changed those out too. We changed out the center tubes. We changed the entire tubes out. We changed the shaft out. We changed everything out and put it back together. Put it back on the deck, put the deck back on the mower, and that didn't fix it. So he had one of his customers' mowers there, same exact mower. So we took that customer's deck off the mower and we put my deck on his mower. Still did it. So then we took his deck, put it on my mower, and sounded great, no problems at all. So then we took the owner of the garage, he had one of his mowers in there, his personal mower. We took his entire gear assembly, gearbox assembly, and we put it on my deck, and then we put my deck on the mower and fired it up. Completely quiet. No sound, no metal scraping sound, no rotational sound, no nothing. Just a normal hum of Walker gearboxes. Everything was good to go. So pretty much what we've come up with is there's something not right with my gearbox assembly. Now, I put a brand new aluminum gearbox assembly on that mower and it made all the noise. Now I have a brand new cast iron gearbox, heavy duty gearbox assembly on there, and it's making all that noise. Both drive shafts are new, brand new, everything. So between him and I, we don't have a clue. We can't figure out what it is. There's clearly something wrong with the whole assembly that's on my mower, and we don't know why, because like I said, we put his whole assembly from his deck we took apart, put it on my mower, and it was perfectly fine. So like I said, you know, I was telling everybody in my videos, don't tell me this shit is normal. I know it's not, because I know it didn't sound like that before. And you know what, that just completely verified what I was saying. You know, not that I have it on film where you guys could see it, but you know, we took his gear assembly and put it on my deck, and it was quiet, not a metal sound in the world, nothing. And it was all completely fine. So and I don't know. There's something wrong with that assembly. The last thing that I'm thinking that might be a slight possibility is I'm thinking that maybe that center T-box is pitched, and when we put it back together, but that would mean that I disassembled the two outer aluminum boxes and put them on and didn't touch that T-box, and it started making that noise. Then I took the two aluminum boxes off and I put the two cast iron boxes on the ends, and it still made the noise, but I didn't touch the T-box. Then I took it all apart and I put 3 cast iron boxes on there, all brand new. And that's when I had changed the T-box out, but it still somehow might have changed the pitch of that center T-box, where if it's angled down too much, it's putting upward pressure on that drive shaft. But it has universal joints in there, so it's designed to move. So the only thing that I can think of is somehow that's angled and that's pitch wrong. But then when me and the owner of my dealer took that thing apart yesterday, we took it apart how many times to change out them boxes, and every time it could have changed the angle or the pitch of that a little bit more. So it wouldn't one of those times, maybe the odds be that it would have solved that pitch issue and would have fixed it. I don't know. I don't know. And that's why right now I'm just, that would be, that guess of mine that it being at the wrong angle is pretty much pulling for straws. And that's just where I stand right now. And that's why I'm so fed up with it. And I just don't want to deal with it. I don't. I have no desire to deal with it, even mess with it. Can sit in that trailer for another couple months till spring. I don't even want to look at that mower. I don't want to deal with that mower. I don't want to think about that mower. I'm going to concentrate on this Toro grandstand here, because that's my shining star for the season coming up. I'm still going to run the Walker B, still trying to sell the Wright, and we're just going to go from there. But I need to get these blades sharpened. A lot of you guys have asked me, sorry it's dark over here, I need better lighting on this side of the garage. A lot of you guys have asked me how I sharpen my blades. This is how I sharpen how I balance my blades. This is how I balance them. Push it on the hub as much as you can, pull that out, and then you let go. If it goes one way more than the other, that means there's more material on that side. See how it's tipping down like that? That means there's more material on this side. So I'll run this side through another pass of the blade sharpener and then put it back on here. You guys are going to get the pleasure of witnessing what might possibly be the dumbest shit you have ever seen. You ready? This is how you change oil in a Toro Timemaster 30. Isn't that special? That's all you do. You just roll her over. Right? I think that maybe they were thinking of simplicity when they designed this versus a drain plug. I, however, think this is stupid. This is one of those things that you can't unsee. Now that you've seen it, you will never be the same. It is pretty simple, but why couldn't they just put a drain plug on the bottom? I love Toro, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm starting a little collection of them, but this might be the dumbest shit you've ever seen. And then you just add 3/4 of a quart. I don't even know what it calls for, to be honest with you. I'd probably have to look in the manual to find that out, but I have a quart of 1040 Kawasaki oil here that was already open and has right about 3/4 of a quart in it. So guess what? That's what she's getting. I like to do stuff like this on camera because it sets some of you Nazis off. You guys go nuts over this stuff. Like, oh my God, if it ain't straight 30, if it ain't 1030, if it's not AMSOIL, it's gotta be Mobile One. What are you gonna do? It's gonna blow up and start your house on fire and kill your dog. Some of you guys freak out, and that's the only reason I do this. I mean, really, who doesn't know how to change oil? If you own a business and you've been doing this for any amount of time and you run equipment, if you don't know how to at least change your own oil, you got big problems, pal. But that's the only reason I film this stuff, is just to set some of you guys off, because I think it's funny. It's funny to me. So anyway, that's in there. And just a heads up for all you AMSOIL guys, I used to be an AMSOIL rep, and that shit is made no different than Mobile One, Pennzoil, and what's the other one? What's the other one I'm thinking of? AMSOIL, Mobile One, Pennzoil, SuperTech from Walmart is made in the exact same factory as Mobile One. For all you other Nazis that swear by that stuff. So you can run SuperTech from Walmart, it's the same shit. And what's the other one I'm thinking of? I can't, Valvoline. Valvoline, Pennzoil, and Amsoil is all the same stuff. So you go ahead and spend your money on that extra stuff that they're feeding you a line of shit with. Oh, it'll last forever. Okay. So we got some maintenance done on this girl today. She dirty as hell. If I wash it, it'll be just as shiny as that grandstand right there. Probably even more so. But got some maintenance done on her today. Changed the oil, scraped the deck out, sharpened the blades, and balanced them. I finally showed you guys what I used to balance blades. And it's she's ready to go. Do you want to hear something really funny about this mower? That oil change you just witnessed is the first one it's had since I got this thing. I've owned it 2 seasons now. I'll be going into my 3rd season of owning this thing in 2020. That's another thing that ought to set some of you guys off. A lot of you guys know how super anal I am with maintenance, and I don't play around. I'm really strict about my maintenance schedules on all my equipment. And for some reason, this push mower gets overlooked. I don't know why. I never think about it. I never think about doing it. I think this is probably the 3rd time I've sharpened the blades in the 2 years I've owned it. I put maybe, let's see here. Takes me about 20 minutes on that one. About 25 minutes on that one. In maybe 6 minutes on that one. I put less than an hour a week on this thing, maybe an hour a week on this, and but I can fly with it. Why not just get a little push mower? I've had them; they're junk, they're garbage. I love this thing to death, and the areas I mow are pretty good size. And the one hill that I mow, I've showed a million times. I push mow this steep hill with this thing every week, and it's just a champ. So. But I use it very little that I never think about it, ever. I don't know why, I just don't think about it. But anyway, it doesn't hesitate, it doesn't idle rough, it idles perfectly smooth, never misses a beat, starts up on the first pull every time. Sometimes it's a second pull, that's very rare. Starts up first pull almost every time. It almost never, unless it's cold outside, it never smokes when I start up, not even. If it does, it's only on that first time I started up of the day, and it's really cold in the morning, might get a little puff of smoke, that's it. Doesn't burn oil, doesn't go through oil, nothing. And I haven't changed it in 2 years, so that shows you the durability of these things. But it's been pretty awesome. The one wheel on the one side is bent, and it probably needs replaced over there, but that's because the way it's angled in the trailer, and Billy backing in there and hitting the front tire with like the bigger mower on the Walker B. I've done it, Billy's done it. So it's bent up a little bit, but she still pushes straight every time. The thing's a champ. If you've ever doubted or questioned buying one of these things for commercial use, I'd say do it.